Hey guys, and welcome to another Pony 411. This is episode 76. It is the week of October 26th, close to Halloween, or
Spooky week.
Yes, or Nightmare Night, whatever you want to call it. I'm Nemesis, and Mr. Spooky over here is here, Alcatraz.
Too spoopy.
Oh, too spoopy now.
Too spoopy.
Oh,
yeah.
Better get it out then. I'll just do it myself. Yeah. So anyway, we got some news, of course. Not as much merchandise news as usual, and we're gonna talk about an episode, which is probably obvious by now what we're gonna talk about. And in case last week's hint didn't get through to you, or maybe what time it is, all that stuff. Anyway, yeah. And we also have a comic as well. So, and the usual fan content. But yeah, news. And of course, if you want to follow along with said news, pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. All the links and whatnot are there. So anyway, let's go. Start off with conventions. Brony Fair, a con in Berlin, Germany, released an animated promo this week. So, yeah, apparently it's part 1.
Oh boy.
Sure. In other convention news, BronyCon has announced that they will be officially running until 2018, with further plans for up to 2025.
That's
a long
quite a ways
away
in the future, yes.
Yeah.
Got a lot of plans.
Next 10 years, actually. Actually, 11 years.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they do actually get a run until then.
Yeah.
What it will look like.
Yes, because that's a long, long ways away.
Long ways in the future.
Anyway, and yeah, most of the rest of this is pretty much Everfree Northwest. Because, yeah, they dropped a lot of bombs this week.
A lot of bombs.
Anyway, first off, their new site is up along with registration and a discount on hotel rooms. So if you want to go, like we are,
yep, now's the time to book your rooms.
Early bird registration, all that.
Yep, I think it's the room block price that they have for the Hilton that it's at is $139 a night. So,
Everfree Northwest also has a survey for events and music. Go take it if you want your opinion heard on such things.
Yep.
They're also holding an art contest. There are 2 themes you can do. 1, cooperation, as in ponies cooperating with other ponies or other races from the show and whatnot. Or draw the Con OC front page. So, those are your options. If you're an artist, or maybe if you're not and you want to be one, there you go. And finally, Everfree Northwest has our first guest announcements. Tabitha St. Germain and Nicole Oliver will both be attending in 2015.
Awesome. Let's hope that's just a sign of more to come.
Yeah, because Nicole Oliver was there the first year. So was Tabitha St. Germain.
So was Tabitha.
Tabitha was supposed to be there in 2013, but had to cancel last second.
Yeah.
So, let's hope they both make it this time.
Yay.
And in the final bit of con news, Nightmare Nights Dallas, and this is breaking, Nightmare Nights Dallas 2015 has been confirmed for October 23rd and 25th next year.
Yep, at the same venue.
Same venue, so there you go. So if you enjoyed this one, because, yeah, it just
ended by the time we recorded this.
Yeah, it was just ending, and yeah, once again, charity stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. In fandom news, Star Scroll Academy, the humanized visual novel thing, which we've never really talked about before, but why not? We'll be releasing a demo on October 31st, apparently. So yeah, if you want to... Yeah. Apparently, I think it's a dating thing. With humanized versions of the ponies. This was predated Equestria Girls, and then they had to change the names of the characters because of legal stuff. But yeah, it's pretty obvious who they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing if you're interested. Legends of Equestria, the fan-made MMO we've talked about before, is looking for writers. If you think you've got the chops for it, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be a good writer. Don't if your idea of good writing is like, I don't know, a Sonic crossover, you probably shouldn't.
Or Metallica crossover.
Art fan. Anyway, are you a musician? Well then, Seeds of Kindness 4 wants you. Yes, they're looking for musicians. It's the charity album they can't do. This is their 4th one, so
yep.
You want to contribute, go check it out. And finally, GM Berrow is holding a contest. Draw a scene from one of the Daring Do books, the ones that were just released, and submit it to her by November 25th. You could win a signed Daring Do plushie.
Neat.
Yes, very neat. Anyway, merchandise news. A new kind of MLP USB drive has popped up at Walmart. It's pinky, and it holds 8 gigabytes. Kind of small, but I'm not sure how much it costs. I didn't see, but there you go if you want to find it.
You want pinky flash drives?
Yeah, not like the
Monobot things?
Yeah. The Target exclusive Funko Black Rainbow Dash figure, which we've talked about twice now, is now available for purchase online. So you don't have to waste your time going to the store. Especially if they might not have it.
And then you end up buying way too much stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yes, he went on a quest and kind of came back with the wrong loot.
He didn't have it, so I had to get something. You can't
did.
walk out of a store empty-handed.
Yes, you can.
Well, technically, but that's just weird.
No, it's not. In other Funko news, a Fluttershy Mystery Mini prototype has appeared online. It's just pure white, but so it's kind of odd or interesting in that. Is it going to be a glow-in-the-dark one, or is it just unpainted black one? Because you'd think the black ones would just be, black plastic. You never know.
It's usually, yeah.
You never really know. We'll find out in the future, I guess. Because I don't think Fluttershy has a Mystery Mini yet.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. No.
Anyway, 4DE plushies have appeared in more stores for pre-order, including Toy Wiz, Entertainment Earth, and Big Bad Toy Store.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're good. And by the way, I personally go to Big Bad Toy Store a lot. I think they usually have the best price of those three. I'm not sure about Entertainment Earth, but Toy Wiz tends to overcharge, I've noticed. I'll be honest, they tend to overcharge on stuff. Big Bad Toy Store actually does a pretty good job, all things considered. So
from what I've done, I don't know anything about
I've shopped at Big Bad Toy Store a lot, so
I've done a little bit of Toy Wiz and Big Bad Toy Store. I have my pre-order.
Yes, Transformers.
I have
a
my
lot of other
pre-order
stuff
at a different store.
That's where I got, let's see, a portal gun and a gravity gun. So, yeah, good stuff.
But those aren't pony things.
I know. Well, it could be pony things.
What are you doing? What are you doing? No.
Anyway, in comic news, the MLP manga is out in Japan, or manga, I don't care.
How do you pronounce that? I don't care either.
It's out in Japan, and there are details on it available online, but basically the detail is basically what kind of stories and how long they are and all that stuff. So, if you want to find a way to get it, which there's got to be a way, there you go. A preview for Friends Forever number 11 is up on iTunes. That is the Dash and Spitfire comic that is coming early next month, like very early next month.
Looking forward to that one.
Also, issue 27 has been revealed, including its synopsis. Timberwolves invade Ponyville. They're just the start of the troubles for our ponies, though, as many other mystical creatures emerge from Everfree Forest. What could be causing the mass migration, and how can the balance of nature be restored?
Isn't technically them coming out of the woods balancing of nature?
Shut your mouth. Anyway. Yeah, so that's issue 27 coming up in, I believe, January. And Friends Forever number 13 has also been revealed with the following synopsis. When Sweetie Belle gets sick, it's up to Big Sis Rarity to entertain Babs Seed on a visit to Manhattan. Manhattan. Sorry, real words. All that. The only problem is the two seemingly have nothing in common. Will the two find a way to overcome their differences and find a way to have fun in the big city? That is an interesting one, because Rarity and Babs Seed, I never would have thought of that.
Never would have thought of that.
That's a very strange combination. I'm wondering how that's going to pan out.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Anyway, in Rainbow Rocks news, Topless Robot has a few details regarding the Rainbow Rocks commentary track on the Blu-ray and DVD. And there, yes, a lot of it's just, just basically it's a list of 15 cool things that are on there. Stuff like, apparently they talk about the moons. Apparently it's been 6 moons since Equestria Girls. Although someone on Equestria Daily messed up when they were doing their write-up, thinking that meant months, not understanding they did not say anything about months.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically it's been established, apparently, Moon has no human analog.
Huh.
So we have, basically, it is, in fact, a vague, arbitrary measurement, so we don't know. So if they ever need you later, they can just kind of, this is how long that is. Yeah, and stuff like, apparently it's intentionally, they try to make sure this doesn't have the MLP theme song in it, and all that stuff. And apparently, this is the weird thing. My favorite scene in the movie made it in the last second.
Yeah, I heard about that.
The very last was one of the last scenes to be added in, which surprised me because it was so important.
Uh-huh.
I think without that scene, things would have felt as good.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool details in there. And speaking of which, Rainbow Rocks Blu-ray DVD, by the time you hear this, it should be out. So, go pick it up because it's a good movie.
Yes. Go
listen to our old episode about Rainbow Rocks.
After you watch it, yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is.
You should go pick it up, especially, say, from Amazon, because I'm not sure how long the price will be, if the price will still be that way, but it's like $15 right now. And in Friendship is Magic news, and actually the biggest news of the week, which, of course, came out right after we recorded last week, MLP is getting a movie. a pony movie, a Friendship is Magic movie in 2017. Yeah. It will be written by Joe Ballerini, and Megan McCarthy will be an executive producer. So, yeah. This is a thing.
Only a little thing.
It's a little thing. It's not like it's that big of a deal, right?
That big of a deal. Holy crap. About freaking time.
Yeah, pony. And they confirm it is a Friendship is Magic movie. This is not Equestria Girls. This is not New Generation. It is Friendship is Magic.
Yep.
It is going to be, yeah. It was announced. It's like, this is actually going to be a thing. And I believe, yeah, the writer's been on Twitter talking about, he says he's watched all the episodes, he's a huge fan of the show, and he's saying this movie will be part of the timeline, because people are like, this happens before you get a TV show and then a movie, and the movie's only vaguely connected, and it sometimes even contradicts events of the TV show. And he said this will be in the Friendship is Magic timeline.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And it's a full theatrical release. It's not like with the Equestria Girls movies where it's intended to be a DVD Blu-ray release, but just happens to be picked up for a limited release. This is a full-blown...
full theatrical.
Under Hasbro's AllSpark Studios thing, which is also doing the live-action Gem movie next year.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a thing, too.
Also, that's an awesome name for their studio.
Yeah, AllSpark, yeah, Transformers, come on. So, yeah, we don't know anything about it, really, but
we know
this is
nothing,
kind of exciting.
I mean, we can speculate one thing. I think we can, because of its how late it's coming out.
Yeah, 2017. It's probably going to be the end cap.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. This is probably
the end.
The end of Friendship is Magic.
Because that's coming close to that. Remember, they said, I think earlier this year, it was either earlier this year or late last year, they said 5 more years of this generation.
Something like that.
And that's pretty close. And this kind of goes with the idea of, okay, this is where it ends, and there's going to be another couple years of just merchandise without a show while they're probably developing the new show. So,
yeah.
This is probably going to be the end, which means likely we're getting a season 6, if not also a season 7 as well. It depends on when this movie comes out, because just right now it's 2017. That could be any time. Could be
beginning of 2017, end of 2017. So, yeah, you might see a season 7. It would definitely have room for a season 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing, but season 7 may or may not happen depending on the timing of this. But it's kind of interesting. I'm a little worried just because who the writer is.
Yeah, the last thing
he wrote the 4th Ice Age movie, which was at best
not very good.
Yeah, below average at best. But then again, it could also be just a limitation of you're stuck with writing Ice Age.
I mean, yeah, it is Ice Age.
Which I remember kind of enjoying the first movie, but all those subsequent movies were pretty.
So we're hoping for the best on this one.
Yeah, because Megan McCarthy's involved as a producer, but she's involved at least.
She's an executive producer.
We know nothing beyond that. We don't know who's animating it. We don't know anything. But I'm assuming, they're going to keep the same voice actors. They'd be crazy not to.
That would be completely insane not to.
But I've seen them do stuff like that before. They just replace, let's get this big Hollywood talent in instead.
Yeah, I don't think Hasbro's going to do that with this one. I mean, they got the same voice actors for the Equestria Girls.
Yeah, but that was not a full-blown theatrical movie, though.
I know, but
anyway,
I think
I'm really hope they don't do that, but you never know.
We have time between then and now for more news. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before we hear anything. It's just they announced it, but it's going to be a long time before we hear anything more concrete. Although it's funny seeing people, we could have had a pony movie already, but they had to do the stupid Equestria Girls stuff. It's like, you do know this movie's probably because Equestria Girls was such a huge success, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those being a big success, they probably would not have gone for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will be the first full-blown MLP movie, theatrical movie since the first one back in 1986.
Yep, because all those other ones we've been reviewing are
over 30 years.
Oh god.
I mean, yeah, 30. Sure, Equestria Girls was in theaters, but again, that was a limited, not really intended for theater release.
Yeah.
So
they did make a big thing of it, but
yeah.
This is big. This is pretty big.
That might be the end of the ride. Who knows? Probably is.
The ride never ends.
The end. Yeah, that's the news. Yeah, that big thing at the end.
Except for whatever's going to come out on Monday.
Yeah.
Something's going to be announced.
It was kind of fun, interesting waking up on Monday and wait, what?
This is kind of big.
Why does it have to be now?
Why do it have to do that now?
But anyway, yeah. Our discussion, though, moving on from the really exciting stuff.
Big, yeah.
As you probably guessed, we're talking about Luna Eclipsed.
Yeah.
Because, it's almost Halloween, and it kind of feels silly to do it after Halloween, so... Yeah, Luna Eclipse. I mean, this was the 4th episode of season 2, even though it's supposed to be the second. But this was Luna's big return to the show.
It was the first time we've seen her since
the second episode, really. So, Luna comes back to comes to Ponyville, met with Fright, and she's trying to get ponies to like her, and eventually figures out fear can be fun too, and things work themselves out.
Yeah, everyone listening's probably already seen it.
Yeah, and it was one of those. This is, hey, look, season 2's back. Season 2's here, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Because this was right after Lesson 0, and
we got Discord, then we had Lesson 0, and then we had this. This had us all in high hopes for the rest of the season.
And we were all happy. I remember first came out, I remember the news first came out, the Luna Eclipse was coming, and everyone was like, oh, this is fake, or something, because it's Luna.
It's Luna.
Then, it was like, oh, this is real. We're doing a Luna episode. And we're like,
everyone was going mad.
Yeah, because everyone wanted to see Luna. And, of course, then there was the worry of, okay, I remember everyone was freaking out because, like, how are they going to portray Luna? Like, how are they going to portray her? Because there's been 1,000 different portrayals of her in, like, fanfic and fan art and whatnot. And I think the overall reception was pretty positive. I think there was a few people complaining here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty positive.
Yeah, a couple of things was the hair.
Yeah.
They gave her the new hair for this
episode. Hair, yeah, the new celestial-esque hair with the
translucent, sparkly, wavy. It's supposed to look like a
night sky.
Yeah.
Which, because like Celestia was kind of like a dawn or something with the pastel colors.
Yeah, something like that.
It's one of those, like, if it was truly a sky, it'd be kind of like blue and yellow, but...
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I like the design, so they can keep it.
Yeah, so this was a thing, and we saw, if you watch the episode, and most people know this by now, that it was a very last-second change, because she was originally just going to have her blue hair from the Season 1 stuff.
Yep. But
then you saw it, there was that animation there where the old hair, there's a piece of the old hair was still there, but I think it was for the better. Although I know some people thought she got taller, or they changed her colors a little bit, but not really. It's now night, not day.
Yeah.
And I think it was just people were just overreading into the tight thing. As she was pretty much, they said, nope, we didn't really make a change.
No, I think it was just kind of a perspective thing when we saw her on the end of the pilot.
Especially with Celestia being so huge.
Yeah, Celestia's really tall.
Dang, Celestia, why are you so tall? But like I said, for the most part, unlike, I think most people really did like her characterization. Some people were worried. I've seen like characterization like she's basically Twilight, but a little bit different, or she's basically like Fluttershy, or whatever. And this one, or even some people even went with the she's still actually evil, just kind of biding her time.
Yeah.
Thing, but this was nope. She's kind of just confused and alone right now because she's 1,000 years out of date.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, if you were gone for 1,000 years and things were very different, you'd be a little confusing.
Confused, just a little.
But and it was, of course, she was voiced by Tabitha St. Germain, who also does Rarity. As you sometimes hear, you can hear Rarity's voice slipping through with Luna.
Fine, be that way. That particular scene.
Yeah,
really
there's a couple
like
times, but for the most part, there's enough difference, so it's like, okay. But you do hear Rarity slip through every so often.
Speaking of Rarity.
Yeah, she didn't appear. Why?
Yeah.
Because she was cut.
Yeah, they cut her appearance, so she doesn't. She's the only one of the main 6 that doesn't appear.
Yeah, because, I recall the plan was Twilight takes her to Rarity to try to make her presentable, so Rarity dresses her up in this goofy pink princess dress, and then
which I think has made appearances in some other places.
What happened was that people found the assets in like one of those Flash games. It's like there's the pink dress, and like that's what we designed. And what happened was, if I recall, Luna tears off the dress, like this is like kind of annoyed or whatever, and then Pinky and the children come in and see it, and they think Luna gobbled up a princess or something like that. So they again another scream and run off thing.
Yep.
This was also a really nice episode just from, I guess, developing a character who, quite frankly, initially had no character.
Yes.
They did a really
good job on
that. Which would also lead into stuff like later with For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils in Season 4. With stuff like where we see like Luna feels overshadowed by her sister at times.
We really need to see more Luna.
Yeah, we see this, that what we need to see is Luna and Celestia interacting more.
Yes.
But we see this Luna who's just, you can see it, she's kind of putting on a facade of being in control. But she's really in a vulnerable place right now still. And it's really cool to see this, and we even see her throwing a temper tantrum when initially ponies what she perceives as rejection.
Yep.
They're scared of her because, she's Nightmare Moon. and so they're scared of her. But it's really neat because she actually throws a temper tantrum, basically, again. Which, let's be honest, Nightmare Moon is more or less a big temper tantrum.
Basically, yeah.
A really big one, but yeah. It's just interesting, she fine, be that way, stomping on the ground, and even the spider thing. That was cool. I mean, that was cool. I mean, you see something.
That was really cool. I didn't expect to see that in
you don't expect to see like, whoa, freaky
Holy
spider
crap.
things. Yeah, actually kind of creepy looking spiders. And she does this, and then she kind of, she's like, how many pints does that get me to receive, or whatever. And it's like, yeah, she's now kind of just, she's throwing a tantrum.
Yep.
Basically the equivalent of throwing the game board across the room.
Yep.
I did like, yes, Twilight's being a nerd when doing her costume.
Even got the bells
That's a nerd.
right.
Yeah, she's being a nerd.
Very much.
And everyone's like, who are you supposed to be?
It's,
I think a lot of people know that one kid who did that dressed up as something really obscure, and everyone has no idea what they're supposed to be. Or the adults have no idea. Or you dress up as something adults don't know who you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They just...
One thing, he's in the obscure history books,
Yeah.
but later on it shows that he's definitely an important part in history. So it's kind of interesting how they changed that.
I'm not sure if he was actually... He's important, but a lot of people don't know why he's important, so they don't care. It's one of those things like a lot of people don't know why Tesla is important.
Oh, yeah.
He's important, but
Which is
stuff like that. It's people are important to history, but a lot of people don't know why, or they don't even know who they are. Sometimes because other people took credit or whatever. I mean, like we later find out the princesses knew him personally.
Yeah.
So that's why Luna's like, yeah, you got the bells right.
I guess I can see that. There's a few of those cases.
And I think it was just more. That was also supposed to just be a joke about Twilight
being a complete nerd.
Yeah, it's that line. It's just Spike dressing up as a dragon. It's just what?
That was great.
Self-esteem issues much?
Yeah.
Just a little.
We see that.
Dash almost killing Spike. Basically, let's be honest. Yeah, Spike's just expendable, but still.
Make him choke on his candy.
Yo me a new one! Yo me a new Spike.
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to get a dragon? That's for you to figure out. But I think there's one shot, this is one of my favorite shots in the entire series still. And it's one that is one of those, you don't really notice its significance, but you subconsciously, your brain notices.
Your brain knows.
You don't notice, but your brain did. But it's this bit when Twilight first goes to talk to Luna, after Luna's thrown her first temper tantrum and walked away from the town, is we see, she's walking across and this music, ominous music starts to start, and we see the shadow of the statue, because there's a Nightmare Moon statue for some reason, and we see the shadow, and we pan across to the shadow, and there's the Nightmare Moon statue, and Luna's literally sitting in the shadow. She is literally in Nightmare Shadow.
That is an interesting...
It's a cool thing, because it's representing what Luna feels. She feels overshadowed by who she used to be, and ponies aren't refusing to get to know her now.
I didn't actually take notice of that.
Yeah, it's just a really cool shot that it's so cool that they did this. It's really subtle, and you don't really get a lot of subtlety like this in kids' shows anymore. And it's just a really cool thing. It's a literal representation of what Luna feels like, and I just like stuff like that.
It is really cool. I didn't actually think about it.
Luna's literally in Nightmare Moon's shadow.
Yeah.
Earlier, actually, another thing I liked was when Luna first arrives, she comes in that chariot and all the clouds. The music in that part, same music they played when Twilight's fighting Nightmare Moon in the second episode. Or charging, they're doing the charge right before Twilight teleports to get to the elements. It's the same exact music.
That's a nice back reference.
Yep. So I did like stuff like that. Because this episode and of course there's the Derpy appearances. I think this was the first major one of season 2. I don't think she had a big... Oh wait, she did. I remember now, the fighting over the doll in Less Than Zero. This was her second time big appearance. It was like, there's Derpy, not hidden, right there.
Yep. This is, they put Derpy right up front for the beginning of the season. I think it calmed down later on, but
all the way through. It didn't calm down too. Yeah, we got a couple more major appearances throughout, but after about I think 2/3 of the way through the season, it kind of faded away for a bit, and then she disappeared for pretty much almost all season 3, and
then appeared at the very end.
Appeared in the finale of season 3, and then she disappeared again. Well, it came back in Quest for Girls and disappeared again until which episode was it? Rainbow Falls or whatever. The Wonder
Trade ya. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that one. She showed up right up front. That was,
Yeah,
I can't remember the name.
That was a big
In
reintroduction.
the hospital.
But that was nice. Just seeing all the different ponies and costumes, it would have been nice to see Rarity what the heck she would have dressed up as. As it stands, you could just say, oh, if you want to ignore the canons, what we've been told was deleted scene, you could just say, oh, she made some weird, many costumes, she just wore herself out and has fallen asleep inside the boutique.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Pip. Pip was a weird thing.
Pip was a bit interesting. Everyone, I mean,
no one really likes Pip.
I don't really have anything against him. Well, I do know some people like Pip, but he's just kind of there. And
he never shows up really again. I mean, he showed up briefly, but he never talks again, I don't think. Except for, Twilight Time. I almost forgot. He does appear in Twilight Time. But also, I find it funny, he's from Trottingham.
He's got this thick accent.
He's got a accent, a noticeable accent when he first starts talking, and later on just kind of disappears. And it's like, where'd that go? I think that's a problem. I'm not sure if it was a child actor or not. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Could have been of course, Kathy Westluck does, I think 3 different voices in this.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
Yeah, because if people forget sometimes Kathy Westluck is Mayor. And I also found it funny. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but it's funny just to think of it as intentional. Or Mayor, the politician is dressed up as a clown.
It is funny.
It's funny. I'm not sure if that was an intentional thing or what. But there's also all the costumes. That in general, the costumes, all of those were really awesome.
Yeah, those were really
we saw
cool.
a guy. Let's be honest, he was dressed up as a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. Guy with a shark on his butt. Literally. Carrot Top's dressed as a devil, which is, hey, look, a devil.
A devil.
In a kid's show. I'm surprised they got away with that. Well, there used to be at one point in time, though, but you can't do that.
Well, if you go to some other shows like Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
That was
I'm just saying
different.
There's a point in time where you're like, you can't do that. You can't have demonic references in your show. Gotta cut that out.
Yep.
Oh, I did like, there's a little girl, she's dressed up as a little pretty painted princess, and then she's crying, I wanted to be a zombie next year. Zombie ponies.
Yep.
Zombie ponies.
Zombie ponies.
I'm trying to think.
I honestly can't think of any faults to give this one.
There is really no fault, really.
I mean, the resolution...
Dash was kind of a jerk, but...
maybe.
Pinky was
really.
just also being kind of a jerk with her, well, not intentionally, she was just doing her I'm socially oblivious this time again.
Yeah.
She is, this is why, this is one of, I think this is the episode why I would disagree when people got all upset about Philly Vanilli, her portrayal in Philly Vanilli. Yeah. Pinky's out of character. I think this is an episode I'd point to and say, this is Pinky being obtuse.
Pinky. Sometimes you can just, be completely oblivious to what her.
Yeah, this is her. She's oblivious to the fact that Luna's being actively hurt by her antics when she's having fun. She's not.
It doesn't
doesn't occur to her.
Yeah.
And that is part of Pinky's personality. It's just sometimes she just gets so wrapped up in whatever she's doing that she doesn't realize what she's doing is hurting someone.
Mm-hmm. As for Dash being kind of a jerk, she was just playing pranks.
Yeah, but doing one at the worst possible time too.
The timing was pretty bad, but
super bad.
Yeah.
You can't.
But it's not that.
If she's that close, there's no way she couldn't have heard what was going on.
Maybe.
At that point, it's just like. The rest of it's like, yeah, I can excuse it, just goofing off, but that one is just like, you're doing so well.
It is either really bad timing or really, really good timing, depending on what you're going for.
Yeah, I also liked Applejack dressed as a scarecrow. It's like, all right, Big Macintosh was dressed up like as a mortician, I think, an old timey mortician.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, something like that. Cloak, top hat.
You had to mention that one. I got the Friendship is Witchcraft song stuck in my head again.
Yep, you're never gonna.
Yep, I can't unhear that.
Yeah, Bat Ponies. Almost forgot. They're barely there,
that was
but yeah.
The first appearance.
And then we
got
got confirmed they're kind of like a fourth race.
Yeah,
which
they were intended to be a fourth race, but we don't really see that built.
I still would like. I think I'd still see them like as, I guess, sort of a cousin of Pegasi. Just they're an offshoot.
Yeah.
They're still like a subspecies of Pegasi, which is technically its own thing, but yeah, it's also separate at the same time too. If that makes sense.
It's interesting.
So this was a really fun episode. It stood up. I think most people. I don't think anyone really. hates it.
Yeah,
I can't think of anyone who really. There's like a fringe. I saw some people. I saw someone. This was funny. Like the week that aired way back when someone throwing a temper tantrum in film fiction because this is not how Luna should be.
Oh no, your headcanon got wrecked, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so
Someone's
sorry
canceling
for you.
it. Someone
No, not
canceling
really.
their story as well because they can't. Nope, they can't continue now just because knowing their story cannot fit into canon anymore. Nope, just can't continue. Just continue your story.
Just tag it with alternate universe, and there you go.
Yeah, it was weird because the way they did it is just some people got lucked out in that their portrayal of Luna could still fit with canon portrayal of Luna.
Yeah.
Some people lucked out because she is weird because that the canon portrayal of Luna kind of seemed to have elements from all the different ways people portrayed her in fics and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. It leaves it open for them to take her in different directions if they want to.
Yeah.
It establishes some baselines, but not
Until later.
Yeah.
Later on, we start getting better.
Later we do, but right here it gives a baseline, but they can still go a lot of different directions.
Although it's really odd, she had no idea what fun is. And that's the thing that's really difficult to explain away. As why does she not know what fun is? Especially once we find out later she knew exactly what fun is. She knew exactly how to have fun. So why didn't she, maybe it's just the word is different.
I don't know.
That's the only thing I think of is really just some things changed. Language changed a little bit since
1,000 years. Language does change a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
At least not that much.
Also,
still speaking
it's funny because I remember a lot of people just, attached Luna to the Royal Canterlot voice.
Royal Canterlock.
Yeah. The people attached her to that, and we find out later that she was doing that just because she thought that's what princesses do.
Yep.
She still thought, because that's what they used to do, and then Celestia kind of stopped doing it.
Stopped doing it.
And apparently forgot to tell her sister.
There's a few things I think she forgot to tell her here.
A few things. But people just assume that's how she just spoke just because. But
that's what we saw.
That's what she got used to when doing public stuff.
Yeah, because
not so much she always speaks like that, which a lot of people went with because we didn't.
When we first saw her in the pilot, she didn't scream.
Yeah, or talk with these and nows and whatnot. But that was apparently just that's what royals did. Yeah, that's what royals did. So that's what she thought that she was supposed to do, and it took her a while to break that habit again in public, I guess. But as we see in later episodes, she's talking pretty much normally.
Yep.
And also, I think Tabitha St. Germain also refined the voice a little bit better to make it more dissimilar from Rarity's.
That's something you tend to see a lot, though. Yeah. And in TV shows, they refine as they go. They refine their characters and their voices as they figure them out more.
I think if we listen to Luna and say For Whom the Sweet Bell Toils versus Luna and Luna Eclipsed, we definitely hear it's the same voice, but there's more of a distinctiveness from Rarity's voice.
Yes.
Because she slipped into it several times. Also Zecora. Just up as, I guess, a witch of some sort with spiders in her hair.
She's the witch doctor. I guess.
Yeah. Don't read too much into that.
Yeah, don't read too much into that.
So, yeah, this was one of those, okay, season 2 is off to a real good start.
Yeah, I still think it holds up really well.
It does really hold up. It's also because it was so instrumental in establishing who Luna is.
Yes. I think the resolution, again, like pretty much every episode, probably could have been stretched out a little bit, but not as much as some of the worst ones. It still worked pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, that's...
So, yeah,
I don't know how much more we can talk really about it. I mean, it was a fun little kind of spooky episode, but not super spooky because it had its moments. I think actually, if anything, Castlemania was actually more on the kind of scary. But yeah, this one was just a nice way to introduce Luna as the princess of the night, and also seeing Nightmare Moon again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good one. That was a good episode. It's still really nice. It's aged well.
Yep.
So yeah, season 2 had some good stuff in it. Of course, as we also know, it had some less than good stuff in it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
it started out really well.
Yeah. But moving on, Friends Forever number 10, which is the Fluttershy Iron Will, and yeah, this is oh hey look, Iron Will's coming back. Yeah.
Iron Will.
We haven't seen him in a while. So if they block, show them that you rock. But yeah, this is let's see. Yeah, so yeah, Fluttershy Iron Will, it basically starts off and a whole bunch of ponies are freaking out because it's Iron Will, and Twilight and friends decide to go and, warn Fluttershy because Iron Will's coming.
Looking for Fluttershy,
and they're telling him, no, you can't. And then he asks for help, and then, yeah, Fluttershy's like, yeah, I'll help him. Turns out, he's been kicked out from the maze because of the missus is like.
I like the reference to the maze.
Yeah, the maze. Yeah, Minotaur maze.
Minotaur maze.
If you don't know what that is, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's just basically Fluttershy goes to help.
It's an Icarus analogy.
Iron Will. Shh. No. I'm
sorry.
Yeah. And this, basically the comic is Fluttershy's adventures in helping Iron Will and seeing him become better.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't really go much better, but once again, I believe it's which one? Yeah, Agnes Garbowska. I am probably once again mutilating
that word, but
yeah, she does real nice artwork. And the story is actually pretty good, although oddly, I think it sometimes feels a little too similar to the Keep Calm and Flutter On, the Discord Redemption episode at times. It sometimes feels a little too similar to that.
Yeah.
But it starts to pull back away again. It starts as like, this really feels like a retread, but at the same time, it starts to feel, once after a while, it starts to pull away from that a little bit more. And okay, it's becoming its own thing again. But otherwise, really nicely done. Some silly little jokes here and there. Yeah, I think it was actually a pretty good comic overall, and I really actually pretty much enjoyed it.
I thought it was all right. It was pretty good. I think the only thing I can kind of poke at art-wise, just Dash's hair is different.
Yeah, they did Dash's hair oddly. I'm not sure
For some reason, with Dash's hair, the lines separating the colors are blue.
That might be a colorist thing.
Yeah, everyone else is black, but hers is blue.
Yeah, the colorist might have messed it up a little bit.
That one's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, and it was one panel where they're drawn a little oddly, but it's kind of cute at the same time.
They look like little plushies.
Yep. It's kind of cute, though.
It is kind of cute.
Yeah, I just like it. Just like Iron Will. Like, here's Iron Will being like Iron Will.
Being Iron Will.
I mean, yeah, and he's just like, I don't know, and he's wanting to try stuff and then, blowing up. It's just a fun little read. I can't say too much without spoiling stuff, but yeah, it's fun. It's predictable, yeah, but it's still a fun read. I don't recommend, or I don't regret reading it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But I do recommend it.
Yes.
So go pick it up.
Yeah, it's all right. Go pick it up.
Especially if you're a Fluttershy fan, because I guess Fluttershy's really playing to her strengths in this one.
Yes,
very much so. Kindness, patience, all that jazz. So that's it for our discussions. But we have some fan content. Including 2 songs that Alcatraz found.
I got 2 songs for you. First one is Sweetie Bot Breakdown by Ponytime, a.k.a. Caden L. Wilbur. This one's fun. I enjoyed it. It's a really cool glitch dance kind of song. I just thought it was really cool. Not quite sure what else to say about it, but if you like glitchy techno kind of stuff, this is definitely one.
I really like this one. Yeah, this was a fun little dance music, I guess. It's really fun just hearing, hey, look, it's Sweetie Bot.
Yep, Sweetie Bot takes clips from Friendship with Witchcraft.
Yeah, which you keep bringing
up.
Stop that.
So yeah, good song.
Don't you know Sherlock Holmes is dead?
No, they're not.
But yeah, I actually really do enjoy the song. It's really nice. It's actually integrates the clips really well, and it's very digital, robotic, which makes sense considering it's Sweetie Bot.
Yep.
So it's really fun. It's oh god, I did find myself bobbing my head to this one. So this is a really good one. I really actually enjoyed this one a lot.
Yeah. One thing I did like about it, since it is about 6 minutes long.
Well, it's not really 6 minutes long.
It's not quite, but it's longer than average.
Not much.
Every time I thought it was getting repetitive, it changed.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, all right, that works. So
it's fine.
The last one I have is Back to You by Luna Jax.
Took 1,000 years, but now I'm fine coming home. Oh, after all we've been through, fate has brought me back to you. stronger than we've ever been before. And though darkness may creep in, it won't take over again. 'Cause I'll be with you forevermore.
So this was interesting. It's a nice little soft rock vocal thing about Luna and Celestia talking to each other. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I also just wasn't a fan of this one. I can't really tell you why either. That's the weird thing. I just, it was like, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, the one thing I'll say is the vocal. There's the main vocal, but you can hear this background one singing with it. That sounded
almost
it
like
sounded
a
weird.
female.
But yeah, it sounded weird, and it was just off-putting. I don't know if it's just because it's the tone is blending with the music or something or what, but it just sounded weird and off. I thought for a second it was like a bad recording.
Huh. I noticed that one, but I actually kind of liked it.
I'm not really a big fan of this song, really. I can't really, other than that, I really can't tell you why. I just don't like it.
All right. Fair enough.
I can't. I don't.
I liked it. It was nice, soft.
I guess that's not my thing, maybe.
Yes. All right.
So yeah.
But that's all the music I've got. So there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, I have a fanfic, and
Yes,
this one is called Picture Frame by Adrian Vesper. And this almost didn't make it in, but I found it last night, and I've actually found it kind of interesting in that, okay, so because it's almost Halloween, I wanted to find something a little unsettling. This was kind of the closest I could find. It doesn't have any like a dark or gore or any of that sort of tags, but there is a bit of an unsettling aspect to it initially.
Yeah.
But it's basically, in this, Twilight is like alone in a cottage, except for one other pony, and everything she wants is she gets. She doesn't need anything. Everything she wants. But she just kind of eventually gets fed up with this, and she wants to know what's out there.
Yeah.
And the other pony starts fighting that, and things progress from there, and it's a really, actually kind of an interesting little way of doing things, and I actually I enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, yeah, I kind of wish there was a few more details here and there fleshed out, but it was still a really nicely done thing. It's just in the general, just kind of being unsettling without being outright scary or anything. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It's pretty good. I do think it needs more. There needs to be something else. It feels like it's part of a grander story. Is what it. I think it's intended to be, being a slice of life.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to talk
it's
about.
in the adventure category, the tag.
Oh, okay, close enough. But it feels like it's part of a bigger story. I think it could use a bit more going on around it. I mean, it mentions other things that happened, but doesn't go into detail.
Yeah, I don't think stories always need to do that. I mean, this one,
Well,
this felt like
this one feels like there should be at least a little bit.
I think maybe a couple details here and there would have helped a little bit more, but overall, I think it doesn't really need that much more. I honestly think it stands pretty well enough on its own. You get the point across, and you fill in the details yourself with your imagination. I think that is a valid way of doing a story.
Yeah, it does work, but I don't think it needs a huge amount. Just a couple little things. Just a little bit more expansion, like you were saying.
I think the one thing is some stuff I think there's a little bit where it's like, it kind of feels like it could have gone a little bit, the dialogue feels like it could have been written a little bit better, but possibly. I think that's about really all I can say against it. But yeah, overall, I just thought it was this is interesting.
Yeah, it's hard to say about why it's unsettling.
But it's just, you kind of pick up this vibe. It's like, this is kind of weird.
It's kind of hard to say more about it without revealing the story.
Yeah, it's like I said, Twilight's in a cottage, and
yeah, I see the things it's touching on, the themes it's touching on. I've seen it before, and it can be, if you at first thought it's just kind of simple, but then you really start to think about it, go, yeah, that's interesting. It's one of those.
Yeah, I would definitely just check it out. It's a real quick read. It's only 2,200 words, something like that. So, anyway, that's it. This is our episode. We're done. If you liked it and want to hear more episodes, you can go and see them, past, present, future, all that stuff. pony411.libsyn.com. All the shows are listed there from newest to oldest, including, the show notes at the end. Those are kind of important. Yeah. If you want to hear via non-download means, you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/pony401. Or, again, another download, though, iTunes, search Pony401 there. We're listed. Subscribe. You can also listen via Stitcher. We have a link on the Libsyn site, but you can also just go to the Stitcher through the app or the website, search for the podcast. We're on there if you want to go through that and find our show. All the shows are listed there. It's cool. Or you can listen via Ponyville FM every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Those are all the ways you can listen as of right now.
As of right now.
Maybe things will change in the future. I don't know yet. I can't see that far in the future.
My crystal ball is broken.
Yeah. I need to fix it. Anyway, you can also contact us, though, via email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. You know, comments, criticisms, dislikes, you know, what you hate about it, what you like about it, all that stuff. It's fine. I can take it.
Yeah.
You can also contact us Facebook. You can like us there, facebook.com/pony411. You know, our episodes tend to be there when we release them. And, of course, Twitter, or @pony411. Again, episode updates in general, just what we're doing, goofing off with, like, I don't know, convention Twitters and whatnot. Or maybe your Twitter if you're funny.
Yep.
But, yeah, or you can contact us on our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz with a underscore at the end, the 770. So there's the primary ways to contact us. So that's it. We'll see you next week. I believe I know what we're doing. Wait, I'm not telling you yet, though.
Not telling you yet.
But I'm pretty sure you got a good idea of what we're doing. You'll find out.
Find out.
Hopefully, it won't be bored.
Yeah.
But until then, please pony responsibly, guys.